Welcome to this podcast from Stratfor, leader in global intelligence.
According to Iran's government-controlled TV, Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei today formally endorsed Mahmoud Ahmadinejad as the country's president. The Ayatollah backed the incumbent despite a wave of protests by reformers who said the election was rigged and amid allegations of post-election torture of protesters. Welcome to Stratfor, I'm Colin Chapman. Ahmadinejad will be officially sworn in for his second term on Wednesday, and then has just 2 weeks to produce a list of his cabinet members to a mainly conservative parliament, which may well object if he names only members of his inner circle. Meanwhile, the trials continue of prominent moderates arrested shortly after the disputed presidential election in June and charged with trying to topple the clerical establishment. The defendants include former vice presidents, ministers and lawmakers. It's the first time since Iran's Islamic Revolution in 1979 that so many senior people have been put on trial. Hossein Mousavi, the opposition leader, has denounced the proceedings as show trials. The official IRNA news agency quoted the indictment as saying the charges against the defendants also included acting against national security by planning unrest, participating in a velvet revolution, attacking military and state buildings, and conspiring against the ruling system. Under Islamic law, acting against national security, which is a common charge against dissenting voices in Iran, could be punishable by the death penalty. While the trials continue, there are still hundreds of protesters under arrest, creating an atmosphere of fear in Tehran. In that sense, the authorities have regained control from the situation last month, when tens of thousands took to the streets. But that doesn't mean the country is stable. Politics is in a state of flux. Several things can and may happen in coming days. One of the most significant is the fate of the controversial friend and relative of Ahmadinejad, Esfanda Rahim Mashai, as first vice president. Mashai has been deemed too liberal by Ahmadinejad's former ultra-conservative allies. The question is, will the president remove him under their pressure? The world is watching Iran. No countries more so than Israel and the United States, which has set a deadline of mid-September for the Iranians to come to the table on the nuclear issue. Israeli and US officials met last week to discuss the options if they don't, but a military strike would appear unlikely as long as there are ruptures amongst the hardliners in Iranian politics. And you can read a very detailed analysis of the intensifying rift amongst these hardliners on our website right now at www.stratfor.com. I'm Colin Chapman. Thanks for joining me today. Marla Dial will be with you tomorrow.